Mr. Korcok said Brussels should focus on fixing problem within the European Union rather than attempting to expand its control over member states. He said the first main task and objective that we have is to deal with the consequences of a spiral of crisis the European Union has been experiencing over the last 10 years. There is a difficult legacy that has developed over the last 10 years, and I think before we can start really thinking about a new vision, and I'm not a friend of this type of approach to the European Union's future, we need to deal with the consequences of what we have seen in the last 10 years. We cannot jump over and ignore that there are still problems in the Eurozone which is not finished. We need to complete it. We need to uphold Schengen. Schengen does not work. France 24 GETTY EU News. Ivan Korcok said the EU should fix its internal crisis before adopting Mr. Juncker's vision. EU Commission boss Jean-Claude Juncker used his annual State of the Union address in September 2017 to push his dream of greater financial integration and a European finance minister. Under his vision, the EU would become a more federalist organization, and joining the euro currency and passport-free Schengen zone would be norm across the continent. Mr. Juncker promised to propose technical and financial help for the willing to join the eurozone. But the Slovakian European Affairs Minister signaled plans to expand EU control over member states would not meet the approval of EU citizens. Speaking to France 24, Mr. Korcok said, "At this moment I don't think people expect from us to drag them and engage in a philosophical discussion about the European Union's future while we have diverging views. We cannot jump over and ignore that there are still problems." Ivan Korcok: people have to have absolute certainty that those situations that they have experienced over the past 10 years, when they had problems with the deposits in banks, they were scared about what's happening with their own currency, must not happen again. Slovakia, alongside Hungary, the Czech Republic and Poland, known together as the Visegrad Four, have clashed with the EU in recent months, accusing the bloc of failing to treat member states equally and demanding more control for national governments. They have raised concerns over Brussels' plans to bring in pan-European MEPs after Brexit, saying it would be better to boost democratic control by national parliaments. They have also slammed the EU for trying to put the brakes on domestic reforms in Central Europe amid a debate over the independence of charities and the judiciary across Hungary and Poland.